On Saturday, May 5th, 1725, Leendert Hasenbosch, a 30-year-old bookkeeper for the Dutch East India Company, becomes the first known inhabitant of Ascension Island, a small volcanic landmass about 13 kilometers wide, located in the Atlantic Ocean, some 1,600 kilometers from the west coast of Africa. Hasenbosch has been stationed on the Prattenberg, part of a fleet of 25 ships returning from the Cape of Good Hope to Holland. After he is found engaging in sexual intercourse with a male sailor, the ship's council orders his immediate punishment. While the sailor is sentenced to death for sodomy and thrown overboard, Hasenbosch, due to his higher rank, is given the lighter punishment of exile. A small boat leaves him on what is today known as Ascension's Long Beach, with a tent, a cask of water, a musket without bullets, a bale of rice, 2 buckets, a copy of the Bible, and an old frying pan. Hasenbosch keeps a diary of his days as the first human inhabitant of the volcanic island, a document found by English sailors the following year. From his writings, we know he manages to survive for about 6 months, wandering the island in search of water, hunting birds and turtles, all while looking out for passing ships in the hope of escape. As his water reserves become undrinkable, Hasenbosch is tormented at night by hallucinations of screaming, shadowy beings raging outside of his tent. The last entries in his diaries describe him parched, sucking blood directly from the neck of a bird and draining the bladder from a turtle to drink its urine. His final words read, "Drank my own urine and ate raw flesh." Hasenbosch's body is never found, but his diary is brought to England, where it is edited by Daniel Defoe, the author of Robinson Crusoe, before being published in varying editions in 1726, 1728, and 1730, each subsequent publication becoming more elaborate and gruesome to expand its readership. Hasenbosch was an agent of empire. In 1713, at the age of 18, he enlists as a soldier with the Dutch East India Company, the first multinational corporation in history. Stationed in Cochin, he rises in rank by taking part in the punitive campaigns against the monarch and ruler of the kingdom of Kozhikode, known as the Zamorin of Calicut. When Hasenbosch participates in the massacre of 2,000 of the Zamorin's men in 1717, he's promoted to corporal and then to bookkeeper. With the promise of a privileged life ahead, he's in the midst of returning to Holland, when exiled to Ascension Island instead. Hasenbosch showed no signs of resistance against the murderous, unworlding campaigns of the Dutch East India Company. His only divergence was his desire for men. As such, Hasenbosch had to be exiled from the very world he helped to propagate.